Many monsters in the Pokémon franchise are based on real-world animals and objects or regional folklore, and Bronzong is no exception. Bronzong has connections with both Japanese folklore and Japanese history and resembles a real-life Dotaku. The history and folklore related to Bronzong explains why there is a bell-shaped Pokémon and the story behind it. Bronzong was introduced into the Pokémon franchise with Generation 4. It is a Steel and Psychic-type Pokémon that evolves from a Bronzor. Bronzong can be found in the Sinnoh, and Hisui, Unova, and Galar regions. According to its various in-game Pokédex entries, it was dug up at a construction site after being buried for 2,000 years and was revered as the bringer of rain. Bronzong's design and lore, like other obscure Pokémon lore, is steeped in Japanese folklore and history. It is based on the Dotaku, a clapper-less bronze bell, and on the Japanese folklore story of a mirror and a bell. Everything from the look of Bronzong to its Pokédex entry and its abilities is connected to its historical connotations. Pokémon's Bronzong is tied to an ancient Japanese myth and historical customs in the Japanese myth of a mirror and a bell, retold in English by the blog This Japanese Life. A woman regrets donating her bronze mirror to priests who are melting down multiple bronze mirrors to make a bell for a temple. The woman was reminded of an old Chinese proverb stating that a mirror is the soul of a woman and, while she tried to get the mirror back, it ended up being sent to the smelter. Hers was the only mirror that would not melt, which explains Bronzong's important heatproof Pokémon ability, and the priests shamed her for not giving the mirror with all of her heart. The woman took her own life out of shame and told the people that her mirror would melt easily once she was dead, and whoever broke the bell by ringing it would be given great wealth. People rang the bell throughout all hours of the day, trying to break it and receive the promised wealth. However, the priests could not stand the annoyance and threw the bell down a hill into a swamp where it sunk and was forgotten. Along with its connection to a Japanese myth, Bronzong is a Pokémon inspired by a historical item, the Dotaku, an example of which can be seen on the Metropolitan Museum of Art's website. Dotaku are bell-shaped bronze sculptures that were prevalent during the 1st and 2nd centuries. These bells were buried, sometimes alone and sometimes in groups, to ensure agricultural fertility. The Pokédex entry for Bronzong indicates that people would petition to Bronzong for rain to make their crops grow. It is also stated that Bronzong was dug up from underground after lying dormant for 2,000 years, which matches the description and time of the Dotaku. Like many other Pokémon in the franchise, Bronzong's design has a deeper connection to Japanese mythology and history. While not history's oldest non-legendary Pokémon, Bronzong still dates back a few centuries and has ties to wealth and agriculture. With even more new designs appearing in the upcoming Pokémon games, there are even more opportunities to connect with history and mythology than ever before. Sources: This Japanese Life, the Met Pokémon Summary, spanning over 25 years. Pokémon, known as Pocket Monsters in Japan, is the multimedia franchise created jointly by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. Conceptualized by Satoshi Tajiri in association with Ken Sugimori and Junichi Masuda, Pokémon is set in fictional worlds where people live together with tameable creatures known as Pokémon. Humans who catch, raise, and battle the creatures are known as Pokémon trainers. They head out on extensive journeys across their continents to raise their Pokémon with the ultimate goal of competing in tournaments to become the champion. Pokémon spans several massive properties, from a long-running animated series to a successful trading card game, to the medium that started it all, video games. In addition, Pokémon began the two-game trend where two versions of a game would release and include different Pokémon features between the versions, encouraging players to meet up with others and trade so they could catch 'em all. The most recent entry in the Pokémon franchise is Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, released on the Nintendo Switch. Created by Satoshi Tajiri, Ken Sugimori, Junichi Masuda. First film, Pokémon, the first movie. Latest film, Pokémon the Movie, Secrets of the Jungle. First TV show, Pokémon. First episode air date, the 1st of April 1997. Current series, Pokémon video games, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, Pokémon Legends, Arceus, Pokémon Snap, Pokémon Go. TV shows, Pokémon